Hello, parents. This is David Smith, principal at Summit Trails Online High School. This is a school council, as it were, video just for parents, giving you a bit of an update on what's going on with the school right now, some things that you need to be aware of. And of course, if you have any feedback for myself, there's always a little opportunity in MailChimp there for you to send back any of your comments or wonderings about what I've just said here. So here's what's going on. Next week, next Wednesday, which is March 6th, we are having our annual wellness summit, and we have some really incredible speakers and sessions. We have gone from offering about 5 or 6 sessions, topics per session, our first year, to now offering about 15 topics per session. It's really incredible. And because of that, we are able to invite more students to come to the Wellness Summit. So if you're not aware of what the Wellness Summit is, I'll just give you a really quick snapshot here. Is, as you know, we have wellness sessions throughout the year. And the wellness sessions are sessions that students have requested a certain topic, and that usually comes through our student leadership. And then I try to find speakers to talk on those topics. And the speakers that we use are from Stepping Stones to Mental Health. So they're all accredited success coaches, and they bring presentations that are just half hour long. And then this culminates to the Wellness Summit, which is happening next week, where we bring in speakers from Headstrong, which is from the Mental Health Commission of Canada, as well as Rocky View School Stepping Stones for Mental Health. And then we bring in some other groups too, such as I Got Mind this year with Bob Wilkie. He's an NHL player and does motivational support for students across Alberta. Really fantastic. So the lineup of speakers is really neat. One of our pillars as a school is well-being. And so we ask our students to participate in these events, building into their well-being, because we know a healthy heart also helps with a healthy mind, and that learning piece is combined. So what does that mean? We have sent the students registration information, and it's important that they do the registration because the sessions will fill up, especially because this year we have invited other RVS high school students to participate. And so that information has gone to the other Rocky View high schools. And we've also branched out with some of our partner medium schools, which means, for instance, Vista Virtual, who's also an online school. We've invited their students to come and also participate. Lacombe Online School is also going to participate. And part of this initiative came from students recognizing the quality of speakers that they were attending were just really incredible. And this is the comments that I received, especially last year. And then B, they also noticed that, there's maybe only 10 to 15 students in each session. And literally, student upon student was saying, Mr. Smith, you need to invite other students to this conference. So that's what we're trying. And so first time this year to do that. And as a parent, if you can just encourage your kiddo to sign up and make sure that sign up is done. We keep sending it through MailChimp. Teachers are talking about it as well. We still only have about half our population that has signed up. And so we really do need all students to pick something there. Now, take a look at what some of the subject lines are. Because there's so many different sessions, there will be something that interests your child. So take a look at that. We're really excited about the wellness sessions that are coming up. And then lastly is it does cost money to bring in these speakers. And so if you are open to donations, you can either call the school here or email us about if you would like to donate. And then we do have a link on our website called donations. And if you just click that, and you can just give by credit card or by bank statement, however you'd like to do. The money comes directly to us, and it goes directly into the Wellness Summit. Predominantly, the funds that that we set aside for student well-being. A good chunk of that goes into this event. So that's my plug, and we're really looking forward to it. Other things, enrollment. This year, you might have noticed that on our website, it says enrollment is full. And so we still are constantly having requests coming into the school. And we sort of now look at course by course to see if there's room in that course for a student. But the registration for next year is open. And so if you have friends or family that are interested in online school for next year, just have them go to either our website or the Rocky View website and click registration. And they can start that process now and they can secure their spot. We're so excited to see this school grow and the core of this school just continue to move forward. And it's so encouraging. Grade 12 parents, some of you might have received an email from our guidance counselor around taking a look at the DAR, which is the Detailed Academic Report. This shows how many credits your child has towards graduation. If they unfortunately did not pass a course in semester one and they needed that course to graduate to get to their 100 credits, then you would have received an email saying there are other options for you to get those 5 or 3 credits, whatever it is, to get you across the finish line. Please do not ignore those emails. It's really important, especially with online school, that the students actually submit the work in Moodle that they have learned from the teacher, or at least if they're doing it asynchronous, learn from the site. If they don't complete the tasks, then a teacher does not have evidence. And so it's so important that that evidence comes in. And so if you're wondering about where your child is at in a course, they can go to Power School because that is updated weekly. So you can see where they're sitting at. And then B, you can ask them straight out. So what did you submit today? That's the big thing, is what did you submit? And there are a lot of small tasks, daily tasks that a student can submit that all works towards the completion of the course. At the grade 12 level, this is very, very important. So keep that in mind, that if you did receive an email from the guidance counselor saying your short credits, we've got some time right now. Please jump on that right now, especially if they're looking at walking the stage in beginning of June. Okay. I'll end off with this. There's a lot I could chat about, but I'm going to end off with this. When we get into the second month of a semester, this is where we see the drop of some student focus. And so that's the time where I'll isolate this. If your child is working and doing school at the same time, it's difficult to juggle both. And it's not necessarily a time thing. Sometimes it's actually a cognitive, we'll say, threshold, where if a student has been working all day long and then they have to come home and put in 2 to 3 hours of work on top of that for school, it can be daunting. And though they may start that off well, month after month, it can really wear on them. So have that discussion with your child, just how things are going from a support lens. If you need to back down on a course in terms of saying, let's maybe just do 3 courses instead of 4, things of that nature, maybe get on that right now. Unfortunately, we find that students that have jobs, especially grade 12 students that have full-time jobs, find it very difficult to complete their education. So that support has got to come from yourself. So take a look at that. The other thing is for just our everyday students too that are working from home. If they're working from home on their own is what I mean. That means there is no parent around at all. So it's Monday to Friday, you go to work and child is at home. This second month is where that isolation can sort of set in, or the distraction side of things sets in. Easier to sleep in, easier to not turn on the computer, like whatever it is that's sort of slowing them down, this is when it begins. So just have that check-in. Maybe it's giving them a call midway through the day to see how things are going, and have they gone into Moodle? Have they attended their classes? What have they submitted today? You can be really practical in terms of what you're asking them, and that'll help them, put in their mind, okay, my goal is to do some learning and then to submit. It really helps them have that practical to do at the end of the day. Now, mind you, that may not be every day, but it certainly should be about every other day, especially if they're doing 4 courses. That's certainly, there's going to be submissions for online. Okay, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much. If you've got any questions, feel free to submit that in with the button below. And thank you, parents, and have a great week.